All right. So Tuesday, the 8th of December. So let's see what we can do, and welcome. Good evening to most of you. And yeah, so good morning to who else is here. Yeah. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens today. See, entire range. See, it was good that we skipped. It was very good that we skipped London session, right? Entire range. GJ was entirely ranging. Look at this. Just throughout London, right? 11:30 p.m. Look at that. Went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down. So now I'm actually looking for cells below this area. Yeah, I'm actually looking for cells below this area. I might take a sell once we break 138.808 with stop loss in this area, and then I'm targeting this wick fill here. So I'm just looking for that. I'm just looking for that area. So let's see what happens, right? So I'm just waiting for this to break. I know it's a very risky area, but looking at this, see, now my thought process is that throughout London, throughout Asian, actually, look at that range. This was a range. This is consolidation, right? Consolidation. So when price consolidates, what happens? It breaks. It breaks the next volume time. So next volume time is at 545. So now what am I hunting? I'm hunting buys above this area and sells below this. But right now, sells look pretty good, right? Sells look pretty good. So I think as we break below this, I might take a small position over here, and I might manage risk. And I'm waiting for this target to happen. So this wick fill to the left. Once we break here, you just around 10-11 pips, and then if we get further momentum, yeah, I'm gonna take yeah, if we get further momentum, that'll be pretty good. That'll be pretty good. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see. Once this breaks, yeah, once this breaks, might take some, yeah, it's coming down. So coming down. Once we break this, I will have open one lot, yeah. So as we break this, right, as we break this, there we go. I have a position open now. Yeah, it's way too early in the stream, but like I'm just risking a small percentage, right? Small percentage. Oh, it's pulling back up. Okay, that's fine. So my stop loss is around this area. Yeah, my stop loss is over here, and I'm risking this because this looks pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty good. And this stop loss is what? This stop loss is around 6 pips. So let's extend it a little bit here to like 10 pips, because we have to give. Oh, okay. So you know what? Yeah, this is going up. So 10 pips, yeah, around 10 pips. So let's see what happens. I have my risk under control, and you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's see what happens. I mean, this is a major support, right? Major support. This broke the low, but I'm giving this trade some room to breathe. So if you are going to enter this trade, enter at your own risk, right? Because I entered right over here as low broke. So if we get that move down, that'll be perfect. And yep, there we go. So let's see what happens. And now if this comes back all the way here, I'll be managing my risk. So once again, for the people who join now, right, my thought process was London was an entire range. It was rangy as hell, right? Rangy. And now we came down here. So now the volume session is New York. So people in New York are now waking up and saying, you know what? Oh, London was ranging. You know what? This broke the low. So now I'm actually aiming for this wick fill here. All the way down. So price is looking left. Perfect. There we go. So at this point, I'm in a 3 pip profit, and yeah, 4 pips actually. And if it comes down here, it'll be perfect. And as I come down to like 6-7 pips, I'll be securing some positions. And I'll bring my stop loss to break even. Let's see what happens. I mean, that was my entire thought process, right? It's my thought process, and I have to give it a try. And yep. So as of now, went into 5 pips. Okay, let's see what happens. Now, if this trade closes like this, let's look at the 15 minute. Looking at the 15 minute. Yeah. So today I had a hectic day. I had some work in the morning. Went to finish that work. Came back home. Was really, really tired. Took a 10-minute power nap. So as soon as I took a 10-minute power nap, I woke up and I saw this, right? And I I was hoping and praying that, you know what, this shouldn't happen before the stream. Like, you know, I don't want to take a trade before the stream. Then it happened. As soon as it started, it broke the low. That's why it's an early trade. Maybe it's really, really early, like really, really early. So it came down into 5 pips profit. And if it comes back over here, right, I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to close 50%. I'm going to close 40%. So right now it went down. Yeah, see, now it's rejecting this area. It's rejecting this area. So it went into a profit of 5 pips. So I'm still waiting. Let's see what happens. Looking at the 15 minute looks like this. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But only thing is these wicks to the left. These areas are pretty risky areas. So we need this to close. We need this to close below this area. Once this closes below this area, that'll be perfect. And if that doesn't happen, it's okay. I have 2 bullets today. I have fired one. Yeah, I have fired one. And if this comes back and breaks its own high, then I'll be closing 50%. I'll be closing 50% if it's breaking its own high. Right, so that's the risk management part. So now we went into profits. But right now we are still holding. And if into 5 pips profit, yeah, I mean, that's okay.
Bro, if you can take a chance and take a trade now, would you do it?
No, bro, because right now, see, it broke the low, it went down, and now it's coming back into a drawdown. Right now it's coming back into a drawdown. So if you haven't entered in this trade, then you shouldn't enter. Because we broke the low. So I wanted this to continue down, right? So now, right, what I'm looking for is not to add positions, it's to remove positions. Like now my selling bias is reducing little by little, because, you know, price went down here and it was meant to continue all the way down. Why? Because clean candles. So as of now, my mentality is to remove positions, not to like add more positions. So now I'm waiting, and if it comes and breaks its own high, then I'm gonna remove 50% of my positions. So that's my mentality over here. So my stop loss is above this previous high. So let's see what let's see what happens. Let's see what happens today. So looks like.
Have you taken a trade already today?
Sorry, bro.
Have you taken a trade already?
Yeah, I have already entered a trade, so I'm managing that trade. I'm managing it, and I am looking. Yes.
Where did you take it?
I took it as it broke this 15-minute low, and it went into profits around 5 pips, and it's back into a. So as it breaks its own high, then I'm going to close 50%.
Okay.
So that's the plan. So looking at the 5 minute, yeah. So this 5 minute is okay. So this is the plan right now. This 5 minute, if it closes like this in the next 5 minutes breaks the low, then I'll be taking another position. But right now I'm looking at closing positions. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get price to go bearish. 6 minutes, 6 more minutes for price to go bearish. And
at a point like this where the price range is very choppy and going up and down your break even,
yes,
would you focus on cutting your losses and closing your positions when it comes to your break even, or would you wait till it comes to your stop loss and then closing it?
So at this point, bro, now like say now price, if it comes here, this is my risk threshold, right? If it comes and breaks above its own this thing around 4-5 pips, then I'll be closing half. For over here, if I close 50%, right, that's also a good strategy. If I close 50% and let another 50% run, so let's say if this trade doesn't come here and just runs all the way, then I'll regret, you know, I'll be like, oh, why did I do this? Like, you know, so my plan is that if it breaks its own high, then I'm closing 50% in a loss. So I'm comfortable with that. But if it continues down, then that's good for me as well. So it works both ways. So it came into profits. Now it dipped back into a drawdown. So at this point, let's say I have, yeah. So if I close this position, if I close 50% over here, then that's fine. But if it comes back and breaks the high, then I will be really looking to close my position. So right now, like it's like a probability of like 60% of winning probability. Why? Because it broke the low. The probability is still on my side, and it hasn't broken the high. So that's also really good. So 5 minute is still closing. So 5 minute, if it closes below these wicks to the left, then it's still perfect. And so if it closes bullish, then I will really be looking to close my positions. Because right now, like, you know, it might work, it might not work. So That's why I'm very comfortable with my position here. So I'm giving it room to breathe, because all looking left, all this area during London was a choppy area. Why? Because there was a European Italian bank holiday. So because of bank holiday, so it's been pretty slow. And then now people in New York are waking up. So people in New York waking up and looking at this choppiness, and now it broke the low, and it might be an early entry. It might definitely be an early entry, but see, I took this trade because I was comfortable with it, and let's see what happens. So 4 more minutes. Let's look at the 5 minute. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, so 5 minute closed bullish. The 5 minute closed bullish. So this is a bit of a choppy situation. Now price is saying, you know what, we might not actually hit down. We might not actually hit down. Why? Because if I were to draw this, support, right? Yeah, if I were to draw this support over here, then this respects this. But if this breaks the low, then definitely we're coming down on the 5 minute. If it breaks this 5 minute low, then yeah, 770. Then if you're not in this trade and if you want to take an entry, once it breaks the low, your stop loss can be above the 5 minute wick, around 4-5 pips. And let's see what happens. I mean, yeah, let's see what happens. So once it breaks the low, right? So you can take if you are not in this trade, so it's up to you. If you want to risk this and take this trade, once it breaks this low, then you're taking a trade here with stops above your 5 minute candle. Pretty risky
So
entry.
looking left,
Yes.
looking left, don't you think the support and resistance is becoming a choppy range in between?
So you mean this area? Oh, look at that. You mean this area?
Yeah.
So this area is what we are trying to exit. So this area is what we are trying to exit. So now, because
Okay.
look on the 5 minute, now price is looking left and it's looking at this guy, this clean wick to the left. So it's looking at this clean wick to the left. So it might actually come down. It might actually come down. So right now, yeah, we are coming down. We're coming down. So you're in like 5 pips profit. So let's look at the 15 minute. So the 5 minute broke the low. And yep, so we are coming down. We're coming down. So this is around 5.4 pips. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So now, right now, my stop loss is above this area, above this wick. Now I don't want price to come back up. I really don't want price to come back up. If we come up over here, then I'm going to close majority of my positions at break even. But Rashif, the answer to your question, now we are in a reasonable range, right? So now you're in a reasonable range. So if you come back over here, then I'll be closing majority. I'll be closing majority in a break even. So now you are in, now you are in around 5.8 pips. So if you're not comfortable, this is the point where you secure some money. If you're not comfortable, this is the time you have to secure some money. So let's see what happens. I mean, yeah, this is my area of target, and 5 minutes. So 5 minute broke the low as well. 5 minute broke the low. So if we can continue, and if we can get this area, right? If we can get this area to the left, this area, at least up to here, at least a little bit, around 50-60%. If we can get it all the way here, like this area, then I would be really happy and I would secure some profits. So let's see what happens. I mean,
Would you secure your entire lot?
no, I wouldn't be securing my entire lot. I would secure majority of my lots, and then I would call it. I would put one at break even. Yeah. So that's my plan for today. So let's see what happens. There we go. Price is heading down. So now you are in a 7 pip profit. So at this point, I don't want price to come to break even, right? I don't want price to dip down into profits. So I'll dip down into a loss. So I have closed my I have put my stops at break even. So now when price comes up to this area, yep, perfect, right? Price comes up to this area, then you will be stopped out at break even. So right now, yeah, my target has been reached around 8 pips. So I will be securing around 50% at this point. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful sight. That is a beautiful sight. I'm securing 50% here, and I'm securing, yeah, that's perfect. Awesome. All right, so yeah, so I had another entry as we broke the low. I had another entry as we broke the low, and I had a one lot here, and this went into 6 pips, so I secured majority of that as well. And now price is at break even. Price is at break even. First thing, right? First thing, you come to the markets and you see what you can do, and yep, there we go. First thing, you come and you make money. Simple as that. Once again, now price, if price pulls back up, I'll be stopped out at a break even, right? I'll be stopped out at a break even. So now this was my target. So I've taken majority of my positions over here. And if it comes back to my entry, I'll be stopped out. So let's see what happens. I mean, let's see what happens. Right, so this was beautiful. This was really, really good. Why? Once again, for the guys who came a little bit late today, right? So price was ranging throughout London, right? This was consolidation. This was a pure consolidation, which means no buys, no sells, right? No buys, no sells. Look at this at 4 o'clock. This is why I don't trade. I have strict requirements. When there is a bank holiday, I either reduce my lot size or I don't trade. So London session today, we had Italian bank holiday, so didn't want to trade it. And also I had a hectic day in the morning. So yeah, everything worked out, right? Everything worked out. And then I woke up, like I had a 10-minute power nap. I woke up and something was telling me, you know what, I've seen this a lot of times. We've seen it a lot of times. And this area was a range, right? So which means people think of it like a cartoon, right? Which means people in New York are waking up now. When people in New York wake up, when banks are opening, when branches are opening, when volume is starting to come in, price looks, oh, we were ranging and now we came here. So this, once it broke the low, this told me, okay, you know what? We might actually get this big fill. Here. So, and then another info was right over here. Once we broke this low, this was your second trade. This was your opportunity which you missed, which went down around 6.8 pips. So if you are in this trade, you are in a you might have got stopped out at break even. So I got stopped out in my second entry at $7. Yeah, $7 on a break even, and now I just have my first position running. So let's see what happens. I mean, yeah, risk is managed, everything is managed. So yep. So fired my first bullet and got me some pips here. This is the take profit. If we can get take profit hit, that's perfect. That is wonderful. That will be really good. 138.681. 681 is my take profit. Yes, 138.681 is my take profit. So yep. This was around, oh yeah, this was around 10 pips. Beautiful 10 pips. So this was my initial target. So now I just want an extra bonus push to 12.5 pips. We can get that, that's fine. So, so yeah, so right now, you know what? I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm securing another 25%, another 50%. I have a 0.50 running, so I secured 0.25 from that. And now this can continue further down, and my take profit is at this area. Yep, there we go. We are approaching take profit. And oh wow, look at that. This move was a beautiful 11 pips. 11 pip move. There we go. Almost there. And take profit has been hit. And this is the target where I am out of the trade. at this point. So beautiful Tuesday. Right? Came to the markets, got this, and all the way down. So I have no runners running. Because I'm happy with this. And this now might continue. Now it came towards its friend. It filled this wick to the left. Next target, if we continue further down, oh wow, we might actually continue all the way here. Yeah, we might actually continue towards this wick here. Yeah. So yep, there you go. There you go. And this was beautiful. This was my target and got it. That was around, this trade was around 12 pips, 12.7 pips.
Was there
12.7
anything
pips.
in the news for you to indicate that price would go down as much?
Actually, no news right now. If I didn't even look at news, to be honest. So let's look at news.
Ah, okay, so it's just a candle movement.
Yes, it's just
Looking at
candlesticks. Looking at the candlesticks, it like tells you that, you know, it's crying for sales. It's like, okay, you know what, I'm going to go bearish. So it's crying for
Right.
sales. And once it broke this
Right,
low
right.
is where I took my trade.
First,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, my first entry was here. I opened it, took my trade, and then second entry was on the 5 minutes. Second entry was right over here. Broke the low. So now price is just heading down. Price.
So you closed your entries. Is it?
Yeah, I was happy with it. I was happy
Okay.
with it, and
Okay.
price is now, yo, wow, 20 pips, 20 pips, crazy. 20 pip Tuesday. Yeah. So let's look at gold. What is gold doing? Yeah, gold has been. Look at gold. This was gold analysis last night. This was yesterday's analysis, right? Didn't change the charts. This was where gold was, and this is where we stopped the stream when gold came up here. And then what happened? All the way up. Gold moved 200 pips. And I think Akif took this move. It went all the way, 300 pips, 350 pips. Yes, gold surged this morning as well. Gold surged all the way here. It went up during Asian, went up all the way to 1871. See, look at this, right? This was yesterday's analysis. Look at that kiss right over here. So your zones have to be really, really perfect. Your zones have to be really perfect. And if you're in this trade, now it's the time to secure and call it a day. Why am I saying that? Looking left, this area is here, right? And now you really want this price to close below this for this wick to be filled on the left. So let's remove this. Nice. You want this to be filled, and so yeah, like I'm happy with my trades. I'm happy with my trades, and I was you know what, to be honest with you, yeah, I took sells here, and then you know, I just woke up from a nap, right? So I was thinking, I was reevaluating myself. I was trying to reposition myself. You know what, did I take the right move, or am I too early? Am I too early to take some sells, you know? And then I was like, you know what, let's stick to facts. Let's stick to facts. I don't want to trade what I think. I am going to trade what I see. And what did I see? Let's remove this. I saw price coming down, and the 15 minute, it broke the low. So this was, I think as I came to the stream, Reda and Jonas and JJ was there, and as it broke the low, targeting this. So this is my target, and perfect. So worked out perfectly. Took that, and second entry I had was right over here, which I closed. Second entry, as this low broke, I took my second entries. So two bullets, right? Two bullets on one guy. So one guy, I got half of that, like over here. And when this came up, I closed it. I closed 0.50 in profits, and this I didn't want it to come back all the way here, right? So I closed this as well, and this was my main position. This was the king. This ran all the way down, and then TP hit 0.25. I hit my TP. Yeah, so that was really good. 682 TP got hit. So perfect, and smooth Tuesday. And let's look at news. So now I'm going to look at all this news. UK Johnson, I'm always hopeful, but I've got to be honest, the situations are very tricky. This is 2 hours ago. So even this, right? So all this news gets absorbed into the market, all this news. So once people in the NY session wake up, think of it like a story. People in New York are sleeping, and then they wake up pre-NY. Why is the name pre-NY? Because before NYSE opens, people in NY wake up, they look at the market, they look at news, and then they tell, you know what, GJ is bearish. We might take a sell now, and volume comes in. And when volume comes in, right? I'll show you something. I'll put this to use. I'll put this to use. Let's look at the, right, so this was the 5 minute, right? The 5 minute looked like this. 5 minute looked like this, and then what happened? The next candle, it broke the low. As it broke the low, took sales. Yes, no, I looked on the 15 minute. Yeah, took sales, and this was analyzed on the 5 minute. So, and then the next candle, yeah, see this candle, this area was where you could have re-entered, right? Re-entered, and then yeah, I think as Rashid was talking, I was saying if you're going to have positions here, you're going to take sales here, which stops above your breakout candle right over here. Stops of 4.6 pips. Amazing. So if you had put a little bit higher on 5 pips, so 5 pips to make around 9 pips. So that's okay. I mean, that's totally fine, right? Yeah, that's totally. Oh no, price didn't go here. So 5 pips to make next candle went. Yeah, 5 pips to make all the way. 5 pips. You're risking 5 pips to make 17, 18 pips. So that's like 1 to 3, more than that. 1 to 4. Yeah. So now. Yep. So now what are we going to do? I mean, we took our trades. Now what are we going to do? Are you going to take another trade? No. I'm honestly done for the day. I had one trade. GJ took sales and made profits. Around over here around 14, 15 pips, and then this is continuing further down. So now in 3 minutes, if this closes like this, right? Now this guy is going to look left. He's going to look left, and he's going to tell you, you know what? I might come down all the way here, but I might need some time. I might need some time. So this is the wick. Now everybody's targeting this wick, right? Everybody's targeting this wick. So now you need to understand, if you're going to take this risk, where will your stop loss be? So your stop loss, if you look at your stop loss, your stop loss is what? All the way here, 25 pips. For what? 19 pips. It's not worth it. Anything above 17 pips for GJ or 18 pips for GJ is not worth it, because that's like a bargain. That's the threshold. Looking at the 15 minute, yeah, 15 minute, and maybe like, if you want to be a risk taker, you can, if you want, like, I mean, the next candle, right now, this is closing in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. If the next candle breaks the low, then you can take some sales, which stops above this. Once again, stops around 17, 18 pips. Yeah, so it's going to be a bit tough. It's going to be a bit tough. You've missed the move. So now you have to wait till the next bus comes and the next train leaves the station. So you are waiting now. So while you're waiting, I'm telling this once again, don't take trades which don't look fancy. Oh yes, this recording will be on YouTube. I will put it up on YouTube, so no problem, no issues. And yeah, so there we go. We're continuing down, and we have 1 more minute. So as we continue down, so this trade was awesome. I mean, I could have left a runner, right? I had a runner, but this was my target. Like, I was happy with my target. I was really happy with my target, and I just took it. Because now this is looking left all the way here. This is the first area. So once we come down here, this area is your first target. Why is this your first target? Because clean cancel left and all the way here. So yep. So now, yeah. So now it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Took sales and worked out. Awesome. Right. So let's see if anybody has any questions. Now's the time to ask anything regarding this trade. Once again, for people who joined right now. Oh, what happened here? Once again, for people who joined right now, where did I take my trades? I took my trades as this candle broke the low. This candle formed bearish. This candle broke the low. My stop loss was above this candle, and this was heading down. So what was I targeting first? I was targeting this area over here, right? I was targeting this area. So, and this was my bonus move. Got this bonus move. Price went down. And as it went down, I had a second entry on the 5-minute. And yep. So now price is rejecting this, right? Price is rejecting this, so you have to be very careful. Now, right? Now let's see what we can do. Sometimes I mean, sometimes it's very unlikely that we get a trade right after the stream starts, because you analyze, you do everything. But this was way too predictable. This was way too predictable. Why? Because during London, price ranged, right? That means people in London weren't happy enough to take a trade, right? Weren't happy enough to take a trade. Why? You ask yourself why? Because European bank holiday. So I didn't want to come into a trading session where the volume is low, where there are no players, just like a poker game, right? You go into a poker game and you see a table and all these people are playing small blinds, and you're a big guy. You're a big guy with, you want to make some big money. So now you see, you know what? I'm gonna come in when the crowds come in, right? Now I want to play with the big sharks. Then what you do, you take a day off, take a London session off. So that's what I did. I took London session off because I knew that if I come here, I would be looking for sales. And look at this, like this broke the low but went up. So I would have definitely got caught with this. I would have definitely got caught with this as well. So my chances of winning here were very low. So I came back later. And now for people who want to take another risky sell, I'm not going to take this trade because I'm done for the day. If you want to take a sell now, right? If you want to take a sell, it's going to be risky. So what are you doing? What are you waiting for? You would want this low to be broken, and you're going to place your stops all the way here around 19 pips, like 19 pips, wherever this candle makes its dirty work, makes its wick. And then you're really hoping for the 545 volume to mirror this and get your 16 pips. Yeah, that's what you're hoping for. That's what you're hoping for. And right now, yeah. So this trade ran a train. I just wanted 10 pips, and this trade gave us what? 23 pips. 23.7. 23.7 pips. So am I going to take this trade? Not really. I'm not going to take this trade because I had 2 bullets. I fired them right now on the same trade. So you have to be very disciplined, right? You have to just be happy with what the market gives. And yeah, so the winning streak is still on. So today is a Tuesday, 8th of December, very important day. And the winning streak is still on. So that's pretty good. So yep, look for small bits and pieces and take the trade, right? Take the trade. So now let's analyze some stuff. Let's actually wait for this. And I will give some emotional support for you guys if you're taking this trade, and I will direct it. And if you're not going to take a trade, and that's good for you as well, that's good for you because there's no stress because you missed this entire move down. So you have to think, right? Always, I'm telling you this, anything, when it comes to studies, when it comes to anything, make a story out of it. Like over here, my story was, people in New York are waking up, they're looking at the price, European bank holidays, we might actually get this sell, we might actually get this clean candle. So I took the sell based on a story. So now I'm thinking, you know what? This is a car with a full tank of petrol. This guy came all the way back down. He came from his hometown all the way back to his wherever he came from, village or wherever it is. And now he's resting, right? He's resting. He doesn't want to go further into his village. He doesn't want to go further into the town, right? So he's resting. So now maybe he's hanging out with his friends, and maybe he's refueling. So as he breaks this low, right, which means he's on his way back into the village. But if he goes back all the way up, which means that he has finished his business in the village and he's going back to his hometown. So now, like, you gotta be very careful. You gotta think like price. So what majority of the people did, they took sells over here, hoping for this wick to be filled. So I have told you that wicks get filled when there's momentum. So right now, look at that rejection. Why is there rejection, right? You draw this. First you draw this. This was your area. Look, this guy came all the way down, kissed this, and now he's going back up. So you have to be very, very, very careful. And let's see, we have got a question. Sell, good idea, but it's fallen so much already. Yes, of course. Sell is a very good idea because price is bearish, but right now it has fallen a lot. So it has fallen a lot. So you got to be very, 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 like, you know, you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful, you know, got to be very careful. And see right now, look at that rejection, right? It's a massive rejection. I'm looking at 30 minute, yeah, 30 minutes of a massive rejection over here. So now, right, you are waiting. You are waiting, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This is perfect. So let's look at community. Let's see what the community is doing today. Community, GBP, JPY, yeah. So majority are selling. Majority are selling today. 49% sells. They're selling from what? 136. Where is price now? 138. Okay, they're in a massive drawdown. 2,249 tips. Okay, wow. And then gold. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. So if anyone has any ideas, like, you know, some buyers or some selling buyers or buying buyers, do send me a chart. Ooh, 7,733 pips in drawdown. Holy, that's so crazy. Yeah, so now I'm waiting here. Let's look at the 15-minute. 15-minute close. So if it breaks the low, yeah, there might be possible third entries, but I'm still evaluating. If I wanna take this third entry, and even if I'm taking this third entry to get this wick fill, right? I'm gonna have a pretty high requirement for this trade. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Let's look at the 5-minute. See, 5-minute gives you confirmation, like easy confirmation. This was the easiest confirmation. As it broke, yeah, I took another sell, right? Perfect. Easiest confirmation. Why? Because you look left now. This formed a support. It's a weak support. Yeah, look at that. It's coming down again. A weak support, and then it broke the support and it went down, all the way down. So yeah, that was good. Right now, I mean, if this breaks, so let's say this is support form, right? If this breaks support, your stop loss is going to be around 11 pips, and you're really anticipating, let's look left. Yeah, you're really anticipating this wick to the left, which means you would want the 30-minute to break, which means you would want the 15-minute low to break. Yeah, 15-minute low to break. Will I be taking entries? Will I be taking another sell on GJ? Will I be taking? Still contemplating. I'm gonna take a sell. If I'm gonna take, so these are the options I have, right? Oh, it's breaking the low. Yeah. I'm not gonna take it. Like, there we go. Once you broke the low, if you have initiated sells, your stop loss is above this, and now you're really hoping that the 545 volume, what's the time now? 538, and you really want the volume to fill this wick to the left. So that move is going to be around 15 pips. So I am not in this trade. And yeah, because no matter what, like, you know, you got to stick to your discipline. If you are disciplined enough to not take a trade, and if you're disciplined enough to not listen to your human wants, right? These are all wants. You got what you wanted, but you still want more. What is that? Greed. So I'm not greedy. So I'm fine. I'm actually fine with missing this out, right? I took two bullets and I got it. So this one, now if you're in this trade as this low break, so let me enlarge this. So if you're going to take, if you took sells, your stop loss is now above this. It's around 12 pips. So now you're really wanting the NY volume to kick straight past this, all the way here, this wick fill. Let's look at 30-minute. 30-minute also broke the low. But yeah. So where will you manage risk? Can I paper trade this trade? Oh, okay, all right. So now that we finished this trade, I mean, I'm done with this trade. So I'm gonna remove this, right? I'm gonna remove this. So if I took entries, so hypothetically, right? Let's say I'm not in this trade. Once again, I'm not in this trade. If I took entries here, oops, yeah, if I took entries once it's low broke, my stop loss will be above this. This is the breakout candle. My stop loss will be above this. So now, right, I really want this candle to close bearish. It's closing in 4 minutes. So now how are you going to manage risk? Yeah, how are you going to manage risk? The problem here is now this is coming up, right? So this is coming up into a 3-pip drawdown. That's fine. But once it crosses your threshold of like 5.8 pips somewhere here, so let me put that up, you're going to close 50%. You're going to close 50% at this area. Once you cross this area, you're going to close 50% and you're going to let your remaining runner run. Because why? Look at this. If you zoom in, this support is being respected. Why? Price came down, looked left, but it didn't close here. So now you're really managing your risk. If you have some positions running, so now it's the time to close some positions over here. 50% you have to close. As we hit this area, you have to close 50%. As we come up over here, then you know that the probability of you winning this trade is super low. Then you close another 50%. And if you hit your stops, then let's say this pip, right? How many pips is this? This is around 13 pips. So 13 pips, right? 13 pips. Let's put this up here. I mean, let's have something here. 13 pips stop. 13 pips stops, right? 13 pips stops. Risk is what? $103, right? On a one lot, $103 on one lot, right? So now you're closing 50% here when price comes to 626. So if you close 50% here when price comes to 626, so that is, how much is that? 6.2 pips. So yeah, so let's say now hypothetically you're closing. Now price came up to that area. Hypothetically you're closing. So 6.2 pips, right? You close half. So one lot, right? One lot is what you open. You're closing half. So half of that is what? 0.50. So 0.50 you're closing, and what's your loss on 0.50? 0.50 into 6.2 pips into 10. That is the equation, right? That's the equation. And how much are you risking here? 0.50 into 6.2 into 10. So you have closed your lot in a $31, minus $31. So now you have remaining. What's the remaining that's running? Remaining is 0.50. So 0.50 is running. So now we're waiting, like negative, like let's put this as negative loss, negative. So now you're waiting. Now let's see what happens to price. Now your next position where you're going to close is right over here. You're going to close 50% of that 0.50 here. So once you close 50% of the 0.50 at that area, right, how much are you closing? So remaining is 0.50. So 0.50 divided by 2, which is 0.25. Let's see how we can manage this. And you will see why we close 50% every single time. Why do we manage? A lot of amateur traders, a lot of beginners, they add positions here thinking that price is going to go down, thinking, oh, I'm going to take a sell at this area. But no, like, you know what? When your house is burning, or God forbid, when your house is burning, you don't think of living in that house. You think of how to exit that house. Exit strategies. Am I going to jump out of the window? Am I going to jump out through the door? Am I going to jump out of the balcony? What am I going to do? So right now your house is burning. You're inside this house. So what do? You you close 50%. So now you're moving to the other side of the house. Now you're waiting for the firefighters to come in and help you, right? Help you. So now this fire is coming up. This fire is coming up to your living room, all the way up here. So once it comes up to your living room, what are you going to do? You're going to close 50% and you're going to move away from that living room to some other area, right? So as you come here, like let's say you escape, you will only be left with few burns, few minor burns. You won't be burned to ashes. Simple as that. So right now this is going super bullish. Like this is reacting to this area, going bullish. So now fire is approaching your living room. So when the fire approaches your living room, so let's calculate this. This is around 9.8 pips. Okay, so 9.8 pips, 9.8 pips. Let's put it up. So remaining, you're closing 0.25. So 0.25 into 9.8 pips, right? Into 10. Into 10. Why? Because that's the equation, right? That's the equation. The fire is trying to come up over there. Fire is coming up. So you got to be ready. You got to be ready to run to the other room. So 0.25 into 9.8 into 10. So you're closing $24 into this thing, $24. $4 negative. Negative if it comes there, right? If, hypothetical, big if it comes there. So look, I think it will come there. I think it will come there because the 30-minute close very heavy bullish. So I think it might actually come there. So let's say if, big if. Right, so now we are waiting. Now we are definitely waiting. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, 30-minute as closing bullish in 14 minutes. Yeah, so now the fire is trying to come through this area and the fire is coming up all the way here, right? So now you are waiting. So you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. So you're risking 30. Okay, we have a question here. Green is the retracement candle, do you think? Yes, this bullish candle, yeah, Ashwak. So this bullish candle is a retracement candle. So it might retrace all the way back up here and then later on fall because price already fell, right? We got our target here. So now, if this candle breaks a low, wow, it's going to be amazing. That's going to be really good. That's going to be really good. Then you are, yeah, if this breaks the low, if this 5-minute breaks the low, then I think you'll be in the safe side. But if it doesn't, see 5 minutes is ranging, right? If it doesn't, then yeah, you're going to be in a little bit of a trouble. You're going to be a little bit of a trouble, and yep. 15 minutes looks like this. Yeah, so it's coming down. So now you closed negative, right? Okay, so once it breaks the low, so let's look at the 5-minute. So once it breaks the low, right? Are you going to add more risk? Are you going to add more risk? Are you going to add this position which you closed back over here? No, I don't think so. Why? Because price is ranging, right? Price is ranging. So now adding more risk here is like a bit more risky, right? Bit more risky. So risk on strategy is still holding. I mean, it's still holding because like I'm not comfortable adding more positions there. Looking at the 15-minute, yeah, so 15 minutes is coming down. So now you're coming back to your break even. So now you're at break even. So you closed minus 31 over here. So as we broke, so 5-minute is coming down. Yeah, so now it's 15 minutes coming down. As you break this, yeah, then I think we are off to the races. Once we break this low, we are off to the races. So let's look at this. Around 10 pips. Yeah, so as we break this, we are off to the races. It has to break it. And yep, so we're coming down, almost there. So let's see what happens. This has to break. Can we close our positions at break even? Yes, you can close your positions at break even, but if this trade goes your way, then you're going to get left behind. So what do? We get the best of both worlds, right? You manage your risk and you try to get this move, right? So now it's going back up. So once we come over here, we are going to escape this area. Yeah, actually, once it comes over here, I'll be closing my full positions. Like I'm not in this trade hypothetically. Looking left, this area, right? Hypothetically, I'll be closing this. So let's see what happens. So this is very important. So you'll understand why this is done. You'll understand why do we close 50%. So let's see. So let's see what happens. So now it's pulling back up. Right? This is pulling back up over here. So it's pulling back up. So now like you're very hesitant. And looking at the 5-minute, broke the low, and that's why I told you risk on strategy doesn't work here. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 candles were very indecisive, right? They're just waiting to see what happens. Like, you know what, waiting to see what happens. So now this candle came down, dipped into this area, and it's going back up. So now you're back into a drawdown. So yeah. So looking at this, will always trade what you see. So I saw that, you know, it's very indecisive, and I told you, you know, risk on strategy doesn't work because it's too risky to have risk on here. So yep. So now 30-minute, it's pulling its spans up, and on the 15-minute, yeah, look at that. It's pulling its spans up, and if it comes here, I'm closing my positions, right? Hypothetically, the positions will be closed. So yep. So that was the, yeah, so that was this thing for today. Yep, so now price is coming up at 138,666. Oh, 666, okay. At 138,666, I'll be closing my entire positions. So how much is that? That is around 9.8 pips. So that means I have a remaining run, because right now I'm not comfortable with this, right? I'm not comfortable with this. So if we hit this area, I'm closing this. So 0.25. So let's put this as 0.50 because I'm closing my entire positions here. 0.50 into this thing to 24. That means 48. 48 negative. So total loss. Total loss. 48 USD plus where was that? 31 USD. 31. 48 plus 31. So how much is that? 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 79. Yeah, 79. So this is the there we go. Price is coming up here. So 79 USD is what you lost, right? Why? So I would be really proud. I mean, losing 79. Why? Because my initial risk was 130 USD. 130 USD was my initial risk. This was my initial risk. Oh, I can't change one. So this was my initial risk. My initial risk was 130. Yeah, I can't change it. Initial risk was 130. I lost only 79. So $80. So 80 minus 130. I had a bargain of what? I had a bargain of 130 minus 79. $51, right? I had a bargain of $51. Discount of $51. So instead of losing 130, I only lost $51. So that's how you manage your risk. That's how you manage your risk every single time. So at this point, right? At this point, this trade won't work out. Like I'm out of this trade. Why? Because look at this price action. Price came down and it's going back up. So at this point, you're out of this trade, and simple as that. Simple as that. And yeah, why? So one might ask why? Why didn't price go down? Price broke the low. Why didn't it go down? Because look left, and you have this majority. Look at that. Price was support. So if you were to adjust this here, right? Look at this area. See, I escaped my house in perfect time. Now I knew that price was gonna head up, right? So this is when you identify a losing trade. Why? Because price went down and now you know, oh, it's closing. It looks very fishy, right? It looks very fishy. So price is heading up. So this is when you identify a losing trade. This is when you identify a losing trade, and that's when you call out on your losses, and then you call it a day. So as Ashfaq said, yes, this is retracing. This is retracing all the way up. Why? Because we hit a very strong support. So now, right? Let's remove everything. Remove all drawings. So everything got removed. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, and let's remove all drawings. Remove all drawings. Right. So now, what do you do? You place a horizontal line all the way here, and you check why did this reject. Right now, you're journaling your trade. You're journaling your trade. Why did this reject? Then you look left. You look left and you see, okay, this area was some kind of a wiki area. Yeah, this guy came down. Then you look further left, right? You look further left. Let's look further left. Oh, and then you see this area all the way here. This area all the way here. So now you go to 30 minutes. 30 minutes is high confirmation. So now you see, look at this. 23rd of November, we came up to this same level, right? And we rejected it. It's a strong support. Then we see this area, 30th of November came up and rejected this. And look at this. This was the 30th of November, once again, rejected it. Now you know, oh, wow, this area is a very strong support. No wonder my trade didn't work out. Then you go back all the way left again. Then you enlarge this and you see this area. This was 23rd once again. And then you go all the way left, and look at that. Look at this, right? Previous resistance now turns support, right? So now turn support is holding. Previous resistance, look at this, support, resistance. So beautiful price action. So it's holding. That's why this is holding. So yep, very, very important to spot your trades. And now we know that If we break below this, yeah, we're coming down here. We are coming down there. So it's very important to spot your trades. Very, very important to spot your trades, and it's very important to know what you're looking for. Like you don't just come here and oh, I might take a buy, I might take a sell. No, you don't say that. You have two biases: buying bias and selling bias. So when I came to the charts, I saw this, right? I drew this, drew this, and then I drew this. I'm like, oh, you know what? Wow, thank God I missed London. Like London was pretty choppy. So now I thought to myself, people in NY are waking up. So I'm thinking like people in New York, banks like in New York, right? I'm just thinking like them. Like I'm not thinking like a banker or an investment banker, but I'm just thinking like basic mindset, right? Okay, now basic mindset of a beginner would be to take buys at this support, right? He looks left and like, oh, this rejected, so I'm going to take a buy. This rejected, so I'm going to take a buy. But what did we say? We looked at what price is telling us. Price always gives us clues. So when we look left, like I'm like, okay, you know what? I started this stream at around 4:55, I think. So the time, yeah, 4:55, 4:57. Then as around 5:51, right? As at 5:1, I think I took this sell as it broke down on the 15-minute. As it broke this low, took sells with stops about this, and then it worked out perfectly. And look at this, now it's rejecting, right? So taking a sell here, you need confirmation. You need really, really good confirmation. And if you take a sell here, you are aiming for this and then this. So, yep. It is what it is. Yeah, sometimes, taking a position early in the stream is very, very boring. I mean, you make money, but it gets boring because you have nothing left to do, right? You have nothing left to do for the rest of the 1 hour. You have nothing left to do unless somebody sends a chart. Oh, you are holding your trade. What did you take? You took a sell? You have faith. You have faith in price coming down. Okay, so let me be really, really frank. Prayers and faith, they do not work here. They really don't work here. Like I'll be really, because you're learning. So I'm going to be really, really frank. The more you pray, the more you go into a drawdown. I'll be really honest with that. The more you tell God, you know what, God, please, I want this trade to go into profits. Then you come back to the screen and you see it's in a further drawdown. Then you go back to your praying mat and you say, God, please, I want this trade. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I won't hold my trades again. Just once. Just give me this one chance for me to close at break even. And God, thinking God, and then God like, okay, son, I'm merciful, and let me give you a chance to get out of this position, right? And what do you do? You being a human, and we are filled with greed. So what happens? So this candle comes down. So I'll show you exactly what happens. I will tell you exactly how we work, how humans work. This candle comes down to your entry. Let's say this is your entry point. This area is your entry point. And then you think, now you become very optimistic. Now like, you know what? Yeah, I'm right. So I'm going to be right. So what do you think? You want price to continue further down. You want price to continue further down. And what happens? Price goes down here, and then it looks at you, and God looks at you. God looks at you and be like, oh, my son, my poor son, gave you a chance, but you're not using it. So what happens? Now you have taken out your stop loss. You don't have a stop loss, right? Because you're holding this. Where is your stop? Maybe here. You're holding this, and then some Brexit news comes out. What happens? Boom, all the way up here. And now it's no prayer and no faith is going to work here. That is the reality of trading. The only faith is you have faith in yourself when you take a sell or when you take a buy. The only faith, because obviously God comes first. That is true. I'm not saying not to believe in God, but you're taking a sell, believing in God, and you're not hoping for it to come down. So that is the difference. So because you know why, I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm not trying to be rude, but this is the reality, right? So you all are learning. The reality is that a lot of people remove their stop loss. When price comes up with a stop loss, they remove it. They think, I don't want to go into a drawdown. I don't want to, and then like now you're here, and now you think I should have just closed it here. You know, as I was here, I should have just closed it. So price is bullish. So even if you have faith, yes, it might come down. It might come down, give you the opportunity to get out, but that won't work out. That won't work out in the long run. It will never, never. I can guarantee you this today. If you think price is gonna come down, if you have faith, and if you pray to God, please God, let price comes down, 98% of the time it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So I mean this is where risk management comes in, right? Like you have faith in your risk management. So God has faith in you to have faith in risk management. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So if you don't have faith in your own risk management, then it's gonna get really, really tough. Like, see, now it has broken the highs. It's broken the highs, so now it's looking left, and like, you know, it's a retracement. So if you are still in this trade, it's time to cut your losses and like call it a day. It's time to really cut your loss and call it a day, because you know it can get tough. It can get tough. So that's just my frank, open advice, right? I don't want to like sugarcoat it. I don't want to like tell you, bro, you're doing the right thing even when you're not. So I don't want to say, because once you start trading big lots, it's gonna get really, yeah, that's good, that's perfect. Like, I'm proud of you for closing it. I am actually proud of, because you know what, holding trades without a stop loss can get deadly. Look at this, right? Look left. What happened here? This was at 12 a.m. So imagine you're hoping for this to come down here, and then boom, some Brexit news happens, and you're in a massive drawdown, and then you are losing sleep. You're losing sleep, and you're holding this trade for what? Let's measure this. You're holding this trade for 17 hours with stress, man. 17 hours stressed out. You want price to come back to this entry, right? So no. So when you're trading, always believe in yourself. Always believe in your plan. Your plan is risk management. 98% is managing risk. Like even over here, right? I exactly told you, if price comes up here, I'm closing around 50%, because I'm believing in my risk management. I believe in my risk management. So God has faith in me to have faith in risk management. So I have faith in risk management to have faith in God. So if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So right now, right, let's say I took this trade. So I believe you took this trade once it broke the low, and you wanted it to continue down. So now your stop loss was above this candle, right? Above this candle. So we got out of this candle, and we were hoping for this. So if you're holding this top, now look at this. Now you are in a drawdown of 15 pips. So you got to be very, very careful. I mean, you got to be very, very careful. So now what can I tell you? I can tell second possible entry, right? Okay, second or third, whatever it is, right, will be when a resistance has been created and price comes down to retest this low, because price always comes down to retest lows. So you have to be on the right side of the wave. So this is a low being created. This low was created during pre-NY. So I would want a resistance to form. Yeah, and then I can retest this low, but I want a strong resistance to form. So you got to be very, 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 very frank. Can I take a trade on GJ? Buys. Buys, right? Buys. No. Looking at this, buys, because look at price. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hours. Oh, 4 hours super bearish. No, I won't take a buy, because looking at the 4 hour, this is the overall picture. Overall picture says it sells, right? It sells. And looking at 30 minute is also closing bearish. And looking at the daily, looking at the 1 hour. 1 hour is also heavily bearish. Yeah, look at that move. Perfect move, man. This was amazing. And then looking at the daily is, yeah, daily is also heavily bearish. So no, you can take a counter trade, but counter trade at this point, I'm not willing to take a counter trade. Why? Because just because one candle turned bullish, doesn't mean you have to take a buy, right? I need at least 2 candles to form bullish to take buys. This one candle formed, and now, right? So second entries, okay. I think I might take this if we break this low. Yeah, so because now price came up, it's creating a resistance. This is confirmation. Like when you go to the doctor, he's giving you you're in a consultation, he's telling you, oh, you have this symptom, this shows this, your blood pressure shows this, your cholesterol shows this. So when that happens, when your cholesterol or your blood pressure, so now you know, okay, I might have something. So 80% confirmation that you have something wrong with your body, right? Something like that. So now I would want this low to break, and let's analyze it. So maybe I can give you one more trade for the day, and let's see what happens. Yeah, so now this is breaking the low, and let's look at the 5 minute. 5 minute, yeah, 5 minute created support here. Yeah, it has to break this. It has to break this area, and then we can continue down. Yep. So yeah, holding trade is never an option. Like I would never hold a trade. Only like maybe I have tested out swing trades, but swing trades always had me in a major loss. Back in the day, yeah, I think JJ and Ashrak were here when I used to try out swing trades. I would be in a loss of $300, and it would definitely hit my stop loss. So yeah, I've given up on swing trades. Only 2-hour trades. Within these 2 hours, if I can get something, that's perfect, right? That's the plan. And now it's coming down, so which means that there is a resistance that has formed here. There is a hypothetical resistance that has formed, and price is heading down to retest this low. But now look at that. So it's coming down. So it's now we have a higher possibility of the trade heading down. Yeah, higher. So let's see what happens. I mean, let's see what happens. You gotta be very careful. So it's breaking the low. And if you are gonna take sells, then your stop loss will be above this area, around 18 pips on the 15 minute. Yeah, 18 pips, 18 pips. So maybe above here. Yeah, you don't want price to come down. So now you're really wanting, look at the time, 6-7, and you want price to continue down. 6:15 you get volume, so you really want price to break this low, the previous low, and then continue down. Yeah, so now it's broken the low. Yeah, it's broken the low, and yep. So at this point, right, it's broken the low. So if you're taking entries, reduce your lot size, and your first target is this area. Because GJ is heavily bearish, so we might be able to get this move. This area and this area. So if you lost your previous trade, if you have lost on your previous trade, so which means you shouldn't double your lot size or anything like that. Use the same amount, or calculate your risk and use that risk. So that's what's happening here. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Yep. So this will be your second trade. I mean, third or second trade, whatever it is. And you're really hoping price to look left. And yeah, so let's see what happens. Yeah, you broke the low, and 10 pips will be, yeah, 10 pips will be over here. 10 pips will be over here with horizontal ray. Let me put it up. 10 pips will be here, and you're going to manage your stops aggressively, aggressive stops. If price comes back over here, then you have to close your stops. If price comes back over here, you have to close your 50% here, and if price comes back here, you're closing your entire trade. You have to manage your stop loss. Yeah, you got to manage your stop loss. So let's see, 6:15 volume kicks in, and you got to be very if you are taking sells, you got to be very careful with this. It broke the low, right? It broke the low. This candle is from resistance here. Why? Previous support now turned resistance, right? So once it comes up over here, you're going to manage your risk. So let's see what happens. $138,386. It looks like a resistance. Okay, 138,386, 138,386, 386, 386, 386. Oh yeah, 138,386 is far away. So we are selling here, right? So it broke the low. So as it comes down, maybe as it comes down here, you can secure some profits, and then it has to close below this in 4 minutes. So 138, yeah. So my target, let's say, will be here for 10 pips, and then further on, this will be the bonus move, right? If I'm taking this sell, yeah, it will be the bonus move. So yep.
Bro,
Yes.
sorry, I wasn't here for some time, and then I was looking at GBP USD before. It has similar movements to GJ,
Okay.
and it also is in a similar place to how it might break a resistance and go down to.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I see that. Yes, I see that. Yeah, it's in a very, very similar place.
Yeah, and I noticed it was the exact same movement as well when GJ broke and came down.
Okay.
GU also broke and came down, and when it hit support, it
Yeah.
was the similar movements. It went back up, and now that's also coming back down.
Okay. Okay. Right. So this.
Even the big form
Yeah. Right.
on
Yeah.
the 50.
Yeah. That's a very similar movement. So if we break and close below this, then we are targeting this area, and then this area. Same movement. Same movements on GPUSD, because I think pound is what's controlling majority of the currencies today. Yeah. Look at that. Now it's coming up over here. So if you're in sales, you gotta manage your risk at this point. You're gonna really manage your risk. Same with GPUSD. Yeah, it's pulling up. So you have to manage your risk. So it also formed a resistance here, right? It also formed a resistance here. Same thing. So I think you know what, I'm gonna use this feature. Where's this feature here? And I'm gonna go, where's this? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the same thing here. Same thing. So it's pulling up. So you have to be very, very careful. Looking left. So now looking at pound USD. Pound USD was all the way here. So now now you want this to break. It broke the low, and now the next target where pound can come up to is this area. Yeah, this area is where pound can come up to. Right, this area first. Why? Because looking left, we see this clean wick, and then we look further. But the requirement should be that we need to close below this. Yeah, we need to close below this. If we close below that, then yes, we have a high probability of the pound coming here and all the way here. And if you are in a sell at this area, your stop loss is around 16-17 pips, same as GJ, and you're really managing your stops, and you want trade to come here 10 pips and then all the way here on 24 pips. So pound looks bearish. So let's see what happens. Let's look at the 5 minute, 5 minute and 5 minutes in. Yeah, so this 5 minute looks like it closed over here. And if this breaks the low, yeah, we are heading downtown. Oh, yeah, we go. Now this is also heading down. Let's look at the 5 minute over here. Yeah, let's look at the 15 minute. Come on. Yeah, so 15 minutes is gonna close in 1 minute. Same with GPUSD. Same with GPUSD. Let's look at the 5 minute on GPUSD. Let's look at the 5 minute on GPUSD. Yeah, the 5 minute is in this support area. So once we break this low, yeah, I think once we break this low, we need to close below this, and then we can target this area to the left. This beautiful area to the left. Yeah. So 30 minute. Look at 30 minute. 30 minute formed bullish. I've told you, just because 130 minute forms bullish doesn't mean that you're going to take a buy. You wait for the next 30 minute to form bullish, and the overall picture was bearish, right? The overall look at this bearish. 1, 2, 3, 3 bearish candles. So yeah, I think let's remove this. Let's have no noise. If we cross this area, yeah, we have this clean, beautiful wick to come down. We just need requirements would be to break this. And your stop loss is around 24 pips, but yeah, you can manage it. I mean, yeah, requirements would be to break it there. Definitely, I needed to break that. 15 minute. Yeah, 15 minutes is also closing. There we go. 15 minutes closed. Same here, but look at this. It is closed above support. This closed below support. So two different scenarios. So once I want this to come up a little bit and then go down, then it can get this area here and then all the way down. So looking at the 30 minute is still open. Yeah, 30 minute once it breaks the low, wow, we are off to the races. Once it breaks this low, so you got to manage your risk. You got to really manage your risk, and then we are off the races. Yep. There we go. GPUSD has now broken the low. So you are managing your risk. And your stop loss. Looking at the 15 minute now. Let's look at the 15 minute on GPUSD. 15 minute on GPUSD is your stop loss is above this area, but you're going to manage it. It has broken the low. So let's see what happens. Got to see what happens. Once this low breaks, my stops can be above this, and I'm aiming for this and all the way down. Yeah, so let's see. Am I going to take a trade on GU? No, I'm not taking trades on GU. I'm just directing this, and now we have broken the low, and yeah, there we go. We are continuing down. And looking at the 30 minute, yeah. See, this 30 minute low has been broken, right? It has been broken. So now price is looking left. Oh, your first target will be here. Let me put that up clearly. Your first target will be right over here. Why? Because, your first target on GU will be right over here. As price comes down, breaks this, clean candles, right? So yeah, there we go, price is coming down. So GU, if you're in this trade, you are currently in around 3.7 pips profit, not much. You want price to come down. So now you are really hoping the 540, 615 volume to kick in. Now it's 617. The volume is coming in. And yeah, we have some issues over here as well. Yeah, that's a big issue as well. But I think should be okay. It should be fine. Yeah, this broke the low, and yeah. So I'm in some small cells here as well. And my stop loss is above this. My target is this area. So yeah, both looks good. There we go. We have cleared this area. And looking at the 30 minute on GU, and yeah, you have approached 5.6 pips. So at this area, I mean, you can secure some money, right? If you're not comfortable, 6 pips. If you're not comfortable, you can secure some cash. And over here, yeah, 4.6 pips. And yep, I want price to come down to 138.440. 138.440, and that'll be perfect. Oh, wow. Yep, so 10 pips for you will be right at this point. So Jason, see, right, if you were holding this, fine, I mean, you could have, but you closed it. That shows your risk management skills, right? If you're holding, yes, your faith worked, but like it doesn't work all the time. So I mean, if you took sells again, once this low broke, then perfect. But if you didn't, that's fine. That's totally fine. That is totally fine. So now is the time you have to secure your trade, and you're really hoping for price to continue down. So this wick got filled a little bit, right? 50% of this wick got filled. 50% of this wick got filled, and yeah. So let's see what happens. This pulling up, this also pulling up. So if it comes back to this area, yeah, I'll be closing it in a minor loss. Yeah, because this is a very small lot, very small lot. So I can manage that. No stress. I manage that, and yeah, it came down right over here. This was around 4 pips. Yeah. Yep. So now's the time to use your risk management strategy and manage trades. So now if you took sells here, as it comes back up, you're closing if you secured here, you're closing your positions here, like closing majority of your positions here. Yeah, so let's see what happens. I mean, GJ, pound looks pretty slow now. Pound has lost its juice, pretty slow. Looking at 30-minute over here, yeah, 30-minute, same thing. Look at this. It's like twin brothers. Broke the low, and now they're contemplating what to do. Same thing. You gotta be very, very careful. Let's charts, nice. First chart of the day. Okay, so you took this once it broke, okay, and now where's price currently? 1.33, 1.33069, and price is currently at 1.33029. Okay, right, and the stop loss is about this candle. Okay, all right.
Bro, I sent you another chart.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, I
Yes.
secured 50% of, it was a very small lot. I
Okay.
secured 50% when it hit the first.
This area, right? Okay.
That area.
Okay.
And then I thought to go risk off, and then I bought my stop loss to my break even.
Okay.
And then it didn't look like it was breaking that area.
Okay.
So I wanted the rest of the 50% to also be in profit. So I bought my stop loss to 0.33050.
0.330. Okay, right over here. Okay.
Yeah, and I got stopped out in profits.
You got stopped on profits. Okay, that's fine. So I manage your trade. That's good. So your stop loss was what? Your stop loss was around, yeah, your stop loss was pretty small, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And yeah, so that's good. That's perfect. So basically you entered right over here. Let me put it up. You entered right over here. This was your area. And then when you came to this area, you're comfortable in taking cash, and you secured here. And then you bought your stops to 133.050 to get stopped out in profit, because you didn't want price to come back here. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, that's okay. But yeah, so
Could I have done anything better?
what you could have done is you could have just kept your stops at break even. So because this might actually continue down. Let's look at GPUSD. Yeah, because if you kept your stops at break even, now you're really hoping. Yeah, so your stop was too much. Your stops were pretty good. Your stops were at, where's the chart? Yeah, your stops were only 81. Yeah, your stops are pretty good. His stops are pretty good. Not even 10 pips. So yeah. So now if you look at this, yeah, JPY is also heading down. GPUSD also went down here. So you secured at 1.3350. 1.3350 was here, and yep. So now there is
50. That's 50 is where I got stopped out, but I secured 50% at 33022.
33022. Okay. Yeah. So what I would have done better is I would have kept my stops at break even, because I'm really hoping for the volume to keep this all the way down. See, it's going down now. There we go. It's going down 1.32, and this was your first target.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So your first target 1.32996, and yeah. So 1.32 now. Yeah. So we came all the way here. So you would have got extra money if you kept your stops at break even. So right now, you are in profits, and your stops at break even, and you really want price to continue over here. Yeah, you really want price to continue over here. Yep. So so my position also went down into profits, but wasn't comfortable because I didn't secure here. I closed it here. I closed it at $5 at 562. I had positions right over here, and I secured all the way here. And JJ, what is the biggest SL you will do for gold? Oh, my biggest SL I would say would be 25 pips. 25 pips would be my biggest SL for gold, because gold you need to give it room to breathe. So let's look at gold. So gold, let's say if you're looking at buys on this, right? So one candle on gold will cost you a lot. So this is around 35 pips, right? So then you have to scroll down and scroll down to the lower time frames. So when you look at the lower time frames, and let's say you took an entry once this candle broke, then 19 pips. So lower time frames will give you, I would do maximum on gold around 20 to 25 pips. That's what gold is worth, 25 pips, and anything above a 25 pip, then you have to reduce your stop loss to your not your stop loss, reduce your lot size by 50%. If you normally use one lot, then you have to reduce your stop lot size by to 0.50. That's what I would do. Yes, that's what I would do. See, I got out of a losing trade here. I identified this, closed it at 5 in vain. I could have, I mean, nothing's in vain. End of the day, it's fine. It's just, it went down. I had a 0.5 open, and it went down into $25, $30, and then yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, something's happening to GJ today. It went up, it's coming down. Let's look at GPUSD. Let's see what GPUSD did. Yeah, so GPUSD is also in this area. So, yep. So this was perfect. I mean, analysis was good. Analysis is good. Looking at 30 minutes. 30 minutes broke the low. So as it broke the low, if you took sells, you would have been in around 9.1 pips profit, and then you would have kept your stops at break even, and your price wouldn't have got hit, and you're really hoping for 645 volume to head down. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, that's fine. So I took 3 trades today. I took 3 trades, right? All 3 on GBJPY. First trade was my original entry. Second trade was the 5-minute entry, right? Third trade, right? Third trade was this. Third trade was this. I took a 0.50 at when this candle broke the low, when this candle was breaking the low, took that, and then yeah, candle was coming up to my candle went into, I went into around $31, $29 profit. That's perfect for a 0.50, and then yeah, I failed to secure here. And price was coming up, so I secured at $5.28, and my commissions were around 3.5, yeah, $3, $3.5. So I only made $2 there. I'm fine with it. Totally fine with it. So today was pretty good. We waited and Rashif took some sells here. So this was pretty good. And let's look at this. Yeah, so this is pretty good. Yes, let's go through. Sells, your stop loss was here, and then you secured here, and you put your entry at this area. So then price came up, stopped you out, and then it's now currently at 1.33. It went down to 1.32, but also you need to understand, like 1.33, look at this, it's a psychological level. 1.33 is a psychological level because it's a whole number, right? So 1.33 is a psychological level. So that is why price is rejecting. So at this point, yeah, I'm honestly done for the day. I actually had 2 bullets. I borrowed the bullet from tomorrow, and I used it today. So yeah, so I borrowed.
Bro, if you don't mind, can you explain the theory between the psychological level and what we should do if we are at a trade, if we are inside in a trade and we are at that point?
Okay, so basically a psychological level is a whole number. Let's say 1.33000 is a psychological level. So psychological levels are like levels that lots and lots of buyers enter the market. Like they're always there. They're waiting to buy price at this favorable price. Because look at this 1.32, right? So anything below 1.33 price always, like, you know, looks like it's going to go up. The same with GJ, right? GJ, it was at, if I were to show you a level, right? Say 1.39. So this was 1.39, right? So 1.39 couldn't break. Why? Because for the sellers in this industry, 1.39 is a psychological level, because if we cross 1.39, we come to 140s, right? We come to 1.39 200, 1.39 500. So 1.39 is psychological level. So always remember, there will always be rejections at a psychological level. What I mean by psychological level is whole numbers. 1.39, 1.38. Let's go to 1.38. So if we were to look at 1.38, so let's go to 1.38. let's go to 1.38 and let's look at 1.38. So let's move this all the way down to 1.38. So psychological levels range in between 1.38 to 1, sorry, always 10 pips from the psychological part, right? Always 10 pips in the psychological area. So 1.38, 1.38031, let's say. So now let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, there we go. This is breaking the low and this is now coming down here. Higher possibility of price coming down here. So 1.38. Now we look at 1.38. Let's put this properly here. Right, so 1.38. So 1.38. So as you see now, you reset this chart. Let's look at 1.38. So look at this at 1.38 right away. Let's say we adjust this. This was 137,995. So this was a psychological level because buyers didn't want price to go below this, right? So they pushed it all the way up. So 137 was a psychological level. Then let's move this to around 136 all the way down to 136. So you will see that every whole number is a psychological level. Every whole number. Okay, so we are at 136, and now let's scroll all the way to the left. All the way to the left. There we go. If you look all the way here, look at this. This is psychological level. Price came up, tried to break up over here, came back down, tried to break up over here, came back down, tried to break up here, came back down, tried to break up, came back down. And finally, once it broke up, right, look at this. Previous psychological level is now, previous resistance, which was a psychological level, is now support to the psychological level. Price came down all the way. And what happened? Previous sellers became now buyers. And look at this shooting up. Right, so it's very important to identify psychological levels. So that's the entire thing behind psychological levels. So over here, price is at 138,483, and then let's look left. We want to look left. Let's look at GPUSD.
Perfect, bro. Thanks for that explanation.
No problem, bro. No issues. So over here, see, this is psychological level 1.33, 1.32900. So at this point, taking a sell is really, really dangerous because right now, you know that this is a psychological level. But if we break this, right, we might have a possibility of coming down. But also need to understand that we fell a lot. We have fallen a lot. So maybe we might have a retracement, and same with GJ, right? Same with GJ, we might have a retracement. So at psychological levels, you look for the next volume time. So now, right now, everything is done. Everything is done. The next volume time is around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we might break this. We might break this and come down here. So all these strong levels break when there is high volume. So that's the theory behind that. So basically these psychological levels are predetermined supports and resistance. Okay, so those things are different, right? So the thing is this 138. So example, let's take GJ. So now I said 138, 137, 135. So because of it being a strong number, let's say it's a whole number, right? When price comes up with that, automatically when buyers and sellers enter the market, then it becomes support and resistance. Previous support now becomes resistance, previous resistance now becomes support. So you need to understand that every single time when we enter a psychological level, like 138 is psychological level, 140 is a massive, massive psychological level. Let's look at 140, right? We have tried to break 140 endlessly. Like look at this. This was 140, right? 140 all the way here. Let's look at 140. So this is 140. Look at this 140, right? This is 140. And every time we try to break 140, look what happens to price. 140, we broke up, came back down, came back here. And then we look left. Look at this. 140 came up here and got pushed down. 140 came up here, why? Because we are entering an entire new price range. Because price was trading at 130 to 139. So let's say, okay, for example, right? A price of biscuit was $2, right? $2, right? You were trading it at $2. You were buying it at $2 since you were a child. And then suddenly the shop owner says, now son, the price is $3.5, $4. So at that price, what do? Like you think, should I be eating this biscuit again, or should I look for alternatives, right? Then you tell him, you know what, I'll only buy this biscuit if you give it for me at like $2. then like that's what happened here. So price came up here. You came to the shop, and the biscuit was 140.169, and then you demanded, you know what, I am a previous customer of yours. So there we go. We broke the low. Now we can come up here. Yeah, we are definitely coming over here. So yep, so we came here, like, I mean, you came to the shop, and then you said, if the biscuit is 140.169, I'm not going to buy. I'm a previous customer of yours, right? I'm a previous customer of yours. Then he says, okay, just for you, and he reduces the price, and you go back into 139. So that's the story behind this, right? Psychological levels are very, very heavy levels, heavy resistance, heavy supports. So at these areas, you have to be very careful of price action. So now we broke this low. So next NY volume comes in at 6:45, and then after 8 o'clock. So 6:45, I think 6:45 already got exhausted here. So now you have to be really, really careful with this. You have to be very, very careful with this. So if it was me, yeah, I wouldn't have taken sells here because the move already happened. See, this already happened. So if I was holding this, so yeah, so Ashif had an entry here, right? So if I took this trade once the low broke, right? So I would be in now 15 pips profit, 15 pips profit. And as price came down here, then I would have closed my positions at a 8-9 pip profit, and I would have put my stop loss over here to break even. So as I put my stop loss to break even, right? Let's look at this. As I put my stop loss to break even, price never came to hit my stops. Price never came to hit my stops. So right, price came here, and then it continued down. So now I'm 15 pips here, so I'm happy. Why? Because I look left and I see this crazy guy over here. I look this crazy guy, and I'm scared of this guy. I'm saying, you know what? What if we go up, right? So I have secured this profit, and I'm calling it a day. Simple as that. So that's how you analyze price. Think like price and execute like a champion. So yep. So let's look at this. Yeah. Oh, this came up to my target. Eventually, this came up to my target. Wow, this came up to my target. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's totally fine. That is totally fine. So I had my increase here, and this was around 10 pips. 10. Yeah, this was around 9 pips. Yeah. So yeah, so at this point, all moves are done, right? I had a game plan. First game plan was sells. Second game plan was the resistance to be formed, and once it broke the low, took some further sells, and then this is my target. So first target came here, and then then this kind of went into a drawdown, right? So before it went into a drawdown, I identified this and I took my profits. So I am done for the day. Like I am done for the day. So I am done for the day, and let's look at. So. Okay, Akif, if you can send this on Zoom, that would be perfect. I'll show it to everybody else as well, because if I load it over here, then I'll have to look into my phone. Right? So it'll be perfect if you can send it on the Zoom chat, and I can open it. I can open the charts over here, and then we can discuss. So yeah, yeah. So this is perfect. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Lots of opportunities today. Only took 3 chances, 3 probabilities, 3 trades. Last trade, I can just call it a break even, but worked out. End of the day, this was my target. Look at that, to the T, 138.444. Right now, sellers and buyers are fighting at this area. They are fighting at this area to take control. Bulls and bears. Bears are saying, you know, I'm taking this down. Bears are saying I'm taking this down. Bulls are saying, no, we have to go up. So you have to be really, really careful with that. Yeah, so let's see. So if anybody has any charts, if anybody has anything, then you can come on mic, or you can talk, or you know what, you can actually send me a chart, or like anything. There's no such thing as a stupid question. There is no such thing as a stupid analysis. Just send over your charts, and we can analyze your thinking, thought process, right? Thought process. That's very important. Super important, and yeah. Okay, so there we go.
I just sent you a chart for a different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually Euro USD.
Okay, Euro USD. Okay, let me look at that.
Yeah, it's an upcoming trade. I mean, it's not there yet, but
yes.
8 p.m. might get there. But
Yes. So your idea is correct. Your idea is perfect. So you want let's look at this, right? So let's look at your
Then
idea.
I'm not really comfortable trading this pair because, like you said, I think you mentioned before, the
Yeah.
candles keep closing next to each other. It's just there's no confirmation, just like
Yes.
G.
GJ. So if I were to trade this, first of all, I'll tell you exactly what I would want. I would want this support to break. So I would want this support to break. Okay, let's place it. Let's do a nice analysis. Let's put this up. So yeah, first of all, I would want this area to break. This area is acting a very strong support. Then we have this clean candle to the left. So taking a trade here on Euro USD is this is very small pips. This is pretty small pips. Then we have this support. So this is where you are planning to take a trade. So once you break this, then you're aiming for this area, but your first take profit should be at least 50% of this. This price might always reject at 50%. So then let's say you entered at 1.21075, then you secured at 1.0. Oh, this is such a small thing. Yeah, this is pretty small. Yeah, the range is pretty small. See, if you enter here, and if you enter at 1.21075, and then your first take profit is at 1.21020, so that's around 5 pips. It looks like a massive thing, but it's only 5 pips. And then your target is 978, so this is 10 pips.
Yeah, the entire move is just 10 pips. Yeah.
10 pips, yeah. So it looks like a big move, but it's only 10 pips. So 10 pips, and your stop loss is 1.21075. Yeah, so 1.21. Yeah, so Euro USD is pretty slow sometimes. So I would actually not take this trade because you have 10 targets and the probability of you hitting 10 targets is very low. So I would say, like, but it's a clean trade. If this was on GJ, I would definitely take it. I would definitely take this trade. But on Euro USD, it's pretty slow, and Euro USD works best during NYSE and London session. And I think we have another chart coming through. Okay, there we go, another chart coming through. Okay, so this is once again a beautiful chart. So let's look at the chart. Okay, so label chart, nice and beautiful. Trade as oh wait. Oh, you have put this the other way around. You have put this the other way around. Stop loss is supposed to be up, but your analysis is correct. Trade entry as it broke the wick. Okay, right over here. Secured 50% here, and you hit your take profit. And break even once 50% secured. Perfect. And stop loss was here. So what your stop loss is? I think this is inverted. So you have to go and select the proper short positions. Yeah, because oh, this is what you were thinking. You thought the red area was for sells. No. Short positions. So short means sells, long means buys. So yeah. So I mean, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But your analysis is perfect. And you hit your take profit. That's awesome. So Akif is on the correct track. So that's awesome. And oh, look at GBP USD. Oh, he's also heading down. They're heading down. There we go. This wick is now getting filled. 645, 643. Yep, the 1.32908. Let's look at news. And yeah, this was amazing move. Look at that. Once this low broke. See, always there are opportunities in the market, right? Always. So now at this point, you have filled your wick. So if you were in this trade, you made 17 pips, and if you were in this trade, you secured a majority of your positions here, and you let a run around. So this is what runners do. Runners do the extra damage, the extra performance, right? So we're done over here, and yep. So at this point, if I'm here, I won't be greedy, and I'll just secure. What I will do is I will bring my stop loss at profit, stops at profit. So if I entered here, right, what I would do is I would bring my stops at profit. So I would bring it over here. So if this price comes back here, I would be stopped out at profit. That's what you can do. So yeah, today was perfect. Today was beautiful, calm day. Yes.
I mean, at this point, since like the only confirmation that we have is the wick to the left, right? Would we not secure all our positions there?
So you have this wick to the left, right? So that's when majority secure, but also you have a clean candle here, this clean candle all the way here. So if we
All
get
right.
enough power and enough juice, we might actually continue all the way here because we have this clean wick. So instead of getting into a new position, you would want to ride this position you already had to get you that extra gain. Because if you're going to have a new
Okay.
position, you're going to place a new stop loss, new everything. So right now you're already in this, right? So you would want this to do the extra damage. So you're just betting on the fact, let's say 8 p.m., you're going to get this move. So you're really hoping that volume comes in and goes in your direction. But if it doesn't, you're still, it's not a loss for you because you get stopped out at profits. So there's no stress of entering a new position. There's no stress of having a loss because your stops are at profits. And you're now hoping, now you have come to this target. So let's say you had a 1 lot open, you have secured 0.80 lots here. And now you have a point, oh, look at that. Can you look at that? Did you see that? So right now, yeah, you're stopped out. Yeah, so we are back in the 1.33 range. Why? Because psychological level. Same here. We came down and look at this. Just look at this. This is why, oh, look at that. Holy, look at that. Yeah, I think Boris Johnson is running to save his pounds. He's running to save his DJ buys, DJ sells, no, DJ buys. Boris Johnson is talking somewhere. I can tell you that. I can tell you that Boris is talking somewhere. There should be Boris Johnson news somewhere. Boris should be talking somewhere. Looking at the news, nothing much for news also. Nothing much.
There's a 50 pip jump. Imagine not having a stop loss and having a runner open.
Exactly. So if you don't have a stop loss, now you are at a big, look at that, 1.336. We were right over here. This went up 60 pips. So is Jason still on the stream? Let me see if Jason is there. Yes, Jason. So these are the moves that you have to be really aware of. Imagine no stop loss, and this is what happens. Like you go all the way up. So you have to be really careful. Like this is a learning curve. Like I'm just saying, right? It's a learning curve. So this is what is called the fuck you candle. So it comes up, fucks you, and then goes back away. So you have to be really careful. You have to be really careful. So yep. So there we go. Perfect example. We came down here, look at this, all the way here. And this, and Rahil's question, psychological levels, and there we go. Buyers came in, 645, buyers came in. And look at this, we closed right above this. 1.33 is still holding. Buyers came in at 1.33 and we are still holding. Yep, we are still holding. So now, I think some majority of Boris's accomplices had some buys on GJ, and Boris talking trash about the pound. I think a lot of people are unhappy about it. I really feel a lot of people are unhappy because the pound is heavily undervalued. So Boris went to Brussels yesterday. He went to Brussels, and as he went to Brussels, what happened? GJ rallied. He went to save his buys. And then, like, yeah. So this is why it's really important to have a stop loss. And never remove stop loss, never move stop loss. So as I was talking to Rashid, we said, okay, you know what? I'm going to place my stops at profit here. And look what happened. Price came down. This was my target, right? So I told you not to get greedy. Never get greedy. Place secure 0.80 here and have a small runner to do your extra mile, right? Extra mile. And you wanted price to go down, but what happened? Price said, no, I'm done giving you money, and then went up. What happened? Your broker would have closed this, not even in a loss, but in a profit, in a small profit, and then look at this. So it saved you so much stress. This is definitely for news. And let's look at news. Let's look at news. Oh, there we go. Brexit. I told you. UK government to announce agreement in principle on all issues in withdrawal agreement. Oh, this was the news. This has become a joke now. This has really become a joke now. So this is a positive Brexit news. Positive Brexit news. Why? Because think of it like a problem, right? This problem is going nowhere. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody wants to do anything about it. And the only thing, is that, so when there's a solution means if you want to get out, you get out. If you want to stay, you stay. So now they're trying to get out with these policies. So That means we are moving forward with the issue, right? So when we move forward with the issue, everybody's happy with the pound. So pound rallies. Why? Because the pound is heavily undervalued. So that's what happened. So Brexit news. Yep. So who is this guy? Yeah. So we imprisoned on issues in the UK withdrawal. Yeah. Agreement joint committee. Progress. There's an implied but. Yeah. There's always a but. There's always a but. So this was the news. Yep. Boris is running to save his pound. So I would say if this continues, we are going bullish. We are going back to 139 and all the way back to 140 and all the way back here. Yeah. See how technical analysis works with fundamentals, right? We were at a psychological level and news came up and then we continued going bullish. So everything, like I feel like, you know, people look at technical analysis and then say, you know what, time to get a catalyst, time to get a bullish catalyst. And then, yeah, and then like, you know, Boris runs to Brussels and like this guy runs to the government, the parliament and announces, you know what, I'm going to have a withdrawal guideline. And then what happens? That's good news for the pound because we are moving forward with the problem. So when we move forward with the problem, we are going to find a solution for it. We won't be stuck in this entire dilemma, right? No dilemma. So what happens? Pound goes bullish. Short-term optimism. That's what's happening. Look at this, all the way from 138.444 to 139. So we are entering 139. We are entering 139, and this will continue to 139.300 and all the way back up. So you got to be, so at this point, right? This is like a storm. You have to wait till the dust settles. You can't take a buy, you can't take a sell. Because if you take a buy, your stop loss is what? Going to be underneath this candle at 67 pips. If you take a sell, where's your stop loss going to be? Oh, on top of this. So you need to have some direction, right? You need to have some direction, so you have to wait. Support created on which pair? Yes, yes, correct, you're right. So once a support has been created, yes, then you can buy. What I mean by support is now price is over here, right? Now let's now GPUSD is done. So let's go back to our bread and butter and let's remove this, all this noise to the left. Now we are not here anymore. We have left the station and we are now approaching a new area. So yeah, now price is gonna head up. Price is heading up. Anyway, my cutoff time is at 7 o'clock, and I'm done. No more trades for the day. Took sells on GJ, and that's it. So we are heading up to 139. We are heading up to 139. Whoa, look at this, man. Look at this candle. This candle is heading up. Optimism kicking in. So yep, there we go. I think this is your first target. I'm not gonna take, I'm not in this trade. There's no trade here, to be honest. There's no trade here. We have this clean areas to the left, but either way, yeah, there's no trade here. And now tomorrow you see this, right? Tomorrow, let me tell you this. This looks pretty bullish. Tomorrow somebody's gonna come up and say, we hit a dead end, and therefore Brexit is going to be postponed after Christmas. And what's going to happen? The pound is going to fluctuate. The pound is going to go down. So you have to be very, very, very careful with price. Yep. So you witnessed a lot of things today. You witnessed price action and you witnessed fundamentals as well. This is called fundamentals. So people who are new here, these are fundamentals. Fundamentals are news that affects the market. So this was entirely fundamental of this thing, right? So push price up, and this is for Brexit deal, and we went up. So, and the third thing that you learn is risk management. Having a stop loss in place. And yep. So right now, yeah, look at that price. Next stop is 139.374. Yeah, my spreads on GJ are 2.5 pips. Why? Because everybody's trying to get in. Everybody's trying to get a piece of this. Oops. Everybody's trying to get a piece of this, and I don't want to be in that dust. You have to let the dust settle. Yep. So 1.33. This was really, really crazy, really crazy. Look at that, pushing, still pushing, still pushing. We will definitely come to 139.374. Still pushing. So let's see. Oh, I need a bigger monitor. Okay. All right. So time to get a bigger monitor. How do I do this? Yeah, that's fine. Let's look at gold. I want to see what gold did. Yep, there we go. We are approaching 134. So 134 is a psychological level. So 134 is a psychological level right over here. Look at this. Rejected this hard. So let's clean this up. Let's put it up here. So 134 is psychological level, and here we are here. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Yep. Let's see what gold does. Yeah, gold is super rangy today. Gold is waiting for something to happen. Like, I don't know what, but it's waiting. This tells you that gold is waiting for something. Gold is really, really waiting for something to happen. So when gold is acting like this, you don't trade gold. You have to be aware of this. I didn't even look at gold. So this was since yesterday. Since yesterday, gold has been ranging through this area. So no trade on gold. No trade on gold. And looking at GBPY, yeah, GBPY. So yep, so now's the time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, feel free to post it, and I can give you a feedback on it. And if you don't have any questions,
Bro, can we expect gold sells at 1857?
Gold sells. So let's look at gold. 1857, is it? So let's see, 1857. 1857. Yeah. So this was my analysis as well. Like today, like when I came to the charts, I was looking at this, and 1857 below this area, yes. Because why? We have clean, beautiful candles. But it depends on how this candle forms. Like the best way to trade gold when there's high volume is looking at the 5 minute. So even JJ earlier, he asked how big are my stops. So if my if I'm going to trade gold right now, right, if it comes here, I will definitely reduce my lot size. So for this month, I've reduced my lot sizes to 1.50, 2, and maximum maybe if I'm really comfortable, 3. That's it. So with gold, if it forms a weak support and then breaks it on the 5-minute, then perfect. I would be willing to take sells on gold. Looking at these 5-minute candles are massive candles. This one 5-minute candle was around 70 pips. Yeah, that's awesome. If we can mirror that, that'd be perfect. So yes, below. Let's look at this. Below, I would say 1858. 1858, you can take some sells, and then you can aim this at 1856, and then you can have a runner to run all the way up to 1848. That's analysis on gold. But I'm not trading gold today. So yeah, so let's see what GJ is doing. GJ, yeah, look at that, 139.374. Touch this exactly. This was the target which I put it up here. Why? Because after we cross this, clean candle to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. This price action. And let's look at the 30-minute candle. Yeah, so 30-minute candles were okay. Let's look at the 1-hour candle. Let's look at the 1-hour candles. Yeah, 1-hour candles were clean, sleek candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this gave that entire bonanza. Yep. So the bonus move. There we go. Done for the day. All right, bro. Same here. I'm also off, and thank you for everybody for attending. If you made money, you made money, and I will see you guys tomorrow for London session. London session will start at 2 p.m. No worries, bro. All right. The London session will start at 2 p.m. and I will see you guys tomorrow for London session. All right, guys. Take care, and no over trading, no over risking. Be safe. Take care, bro. Take care, Jason. Take care, Rahil. Take care, everybody else. Take care, bro. I'll see you soon. Take care, yes, bro. Take care. See you, bro. Bye-bye. Take care, bro.